Hi, let's take a look at zoom navigation with Nuendo and Cubase. I have a Nuendo project open here with multiple folders, a ruler set to timecode. I can click anywhere on the timeline and zoom horizontally by clicking and holding the left mouse button down and moving the mouse up and down to zoom in and out. What I like to do on large project is to add multiple rulers for editing reference and zoom navigations. So let's add 3 rulers to this project. So now I have 3 rulers set to timecodes and my main rulers on top there. So I can now position each ruler in different location within the project. I might want to put one ruler by the music folder and set that to bars and beats, another one by the ambience folder and set that to seconds, and the third ruler by the SFX folder and leave it to timecode. So now I have 4 different rulers in different locations within the project, which I can use to zoom in and out within the timeline. So now let's take a look at basic track navigations and zooming with Nuage Master Unit. Using the jog wheel, you can move the cursor across the timeline at different speed. If I press and hold Control, I can move the cursor much faster across the timeline. Or you can slow down the cursor by pressing and holding the Shift button. You can select a track by using the up and down arrows. You can also use the jog wheel, press and hold the Alt button, and use the jog wheel to select a track. For zooming, we have a zoom button here, which will latch on when you tap on it. You can also press and hold it and zoom horizontally. Another way to zoom in and out of the project is to use the H and G keys. Press and hold the H key to zoom in, and press and hold the G key to zoom out. Press and hold the Shift key to zoom vertically using the H and G keys. With Nuage, engage the Zoom button and press and hold the Alt button to zoom vertically. So now if I just want to zoom in on one track, I can select a track, engage the Zoom button, and press and hold the Control and Alt buttons and zoom just that track. So now using the mouse, if I zoom into this track here and want to be able to see very small detail of this WAV file, I can use the magnifier on the upper right corner to magnify the WAV file so I can see very small detail of this WAV file. So this happened at the global level, meaning to magnify all the tracks within the project. So when you're done working with the section you need to work on, you want to make sure you set the magnification back to 0. This is just a visual zoom. In other words, it does not apply gain to the WAV file. So now with Nuage, if I want to use the magnification portion of Nuendo Cubase, I will zoom into a track, press and hold the Shift and Alt button, and magnify the WAV file I'm working on. Once I'm done working on the section I need to work on, I'll set the magnification all the way to the bottom and zoom back out. You also have a quick zoom button which you can press and hold You can also engage the zoom and zoom some more. Another feature you can use with Cubase and Nuendo are the zoom preset in the bottom right corner of the project window. You have a vertical presets options of different tracks. You can zoom in and out. And you also have horizontal sections. So you got different presets, which you can also rename. You can also add your own. So for example, if I zoom here, this configuration, and I want to save it, so I'm going to go back to this. You can add it. I'll just call this test. And go to 6 minutes here, and let's go back to test. I'll go back to that zoom. So you can have as many as you want. You can also organize different ones you want to name depending on your project, and recall them. Here's another tool you can use with Cubase and Nuendo to get to different sections of your project, is to use marker tracks. So in this project, I've got different marker tracks here. I'm select this marker track, which has several cycle markers, entry points and end points, and I can quickly zoom into that section by just selecting it in here. You could also use the zoom tool, which is in the toolbar up here, and click in different area of your project. By pressing and holding the left mouse button down and command, you can actually zoom vertically, just like that, very quickly. Access different sections. So now you can assign key commands for different zoom functions. So under Files, Key Commands, in the Zoom folder, you can see all the zoom function that we've been talking about. You have already some preset ones, but you can also assign a key for everything you see listed there. So on the Nuage master unit, all the key commands available in Cubase and Nuendo can be loaded on the user assignable buttons or touchscreen area, and you can access any of the functions there. Another feature you can use to quickly switch between two different zoom locations is under the File Key Commands. You have under the Zoom folder, you have two functions. You have Zoom Mem or Zoom Memory, and I give it the keys Shift+C, and a Zoom Zap, or in the bottom here with Shift+Z. So what I would do is I would zoom within one location here, Shift+C, that location, zoom into another location here maybe, and Shift+Z will switch back between those two locations. So on the Nuage control surface, you have a memory button and zap button. So you can set a zoom location, and then press and hold the memory button to memorize that location. Zoom to a different location here. And zap quickly between the two locations. Finally, you can use the overview line to zoom within your project. So if you don't see it on your project here in the setup window layout, you can show it here. And this is a graphical representation of your entire project. You can then, select different location with the mouse and zoom in within that section, anywhere within the project. So on a Nuage master unit, the overview section of Cubase and Nuendo was implemented under the transport. You have an overview tab. You can see the graphical representation of your project there. You could use the highlighted encoder to navigate and zoom in and out of your project. The encoder has 2 speeds, so you push it down once, you have 1 speed. Push it down again, you have another speed, faster speed. You can also use your finger to navigate and zoom in and out the project. You have different tabs options, zoom left, right, just like that.